Alrighty, y'all. Oh my gosh, my bad for the lag. But I had made this video yesterday, but I gotta redo it because I was cooking and I was pausing and I didn't really explain what I wanted to explain. So the adversary consciousness, y'all. Let's get into it, bro. Basically, the adversary consciousness is the consciousness that basically tests everybody on this physical realm, right? I think it all can also test people within the non-physical, but you're less prone to it if you just tap into the God frequency or the divine authority within yourself. But thing is, right, the adversary consciousness, most of the time, most of us come down to earth. Like me, I had realized that I had came down to earth not because of it was a punishment or anything. I just wanted to awaken to, like, how do I say it? Basically just wanted to awaken to my God powers and basically forget on purpose to see if I would remember, right? And a lot of people also came down here for that reason, but they also could have came down to awaken others, or they could have also came here to dim others' vibrations and destroy them, right? So thing is, right, once I start awakening to my vibration and stuff, the adversary consciousness basically tested me. And like when you're tested by the adversary consciousness, it will literally basically influence the people around you, whether if it's sending demons or just certain vibrations at them, to basically go against your path, right? So let's say if you want to be somebody who's a famous singer, right? And you say out loud, oh yeah, I'm about to be the most famous singer in this world this year, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be, or you want to be somebody who's a businessman and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to get a businessman and blah, blah, blah. Sorry for the lag. I don't know why it's doing that, but thing is, it's like literally, bro, once you say stuff, especially like that out loud, the adversary consciousness is going to look at you and like, are you sure you really want to do that? Like, are you sure you really want to get famous in that? Then it starts sending you these certain tests. And see, most of the tests aren't even like tests in the way most people think. The tests are mostly to show you what is internal. So if someone tries causing an experience with me that is supposed to stress me out or something, that is because something internal is trying to also stress me out too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is that. Anything that is internal is going to happen externally no matter what. So that is that. But the adversary consciousness is literally just a tester of this reality for you. To pass it is literally by staying in your divine authority from beginning, during, and end of the test. You don't got to study, because if you truly wanted to pass the test, no matter what, you would pass the test and know the answers to actually pass the test. 3, realizing that the enemy is always smaller than you. So any test that comes at you, you can easily pass no matter what. Okay, you can easily pass it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be bigger than you in any way, shape, or form. It may be the same size as you, but you're still going to be a little bit bigger than it, especially if you have awareness, right? And 4, you can actually go through these situations and not even know that you're going through these situations. Like in a way where it's like, you don't even know or care that you're being tested. You're still on your grind and all that, you know what I'm saying? So once you, like, one, raising your vibration definitely helps. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's what basically gets you tested, keeping your vibration while you're being tested also helps, or else you're going to keep on going through the test over and over again, right? You can't have any sadness, anger, doubt, fear, or confusion. And you especially, like, you can inside of your physical vessel, of course, but you can't give into that. You see what I'm saying? Big difference. Another way to pass it is by basically, if there's like people that are basically like testing you in real life, whether if they got demonic influences or not, and they just test you in a way where it's like every time you create in, they suddenly distract you or need help or start annoying you or something, or if you suddenly just, you know what I'm saying, on your time and they distract you and they try destroying you, bro. You got to get away from those people, because the adversary consciousness loves to also test people with the people that's closest to them, especially when they awaken to their higher aspects and all that. So yeah, just definitely note that. And another thing about the adversary consciousness is really to pass it is by standing on business. If you are somebody who's like wanting to be famous, but you're only wanting the idea instead of the experience and steps and energy and you know, basically, like, because when I said I wanted to be somebody who's like famous and stuff, right? My body can naturally pull me towards that with my energy field, right? Just from simply attracting it. And I wouldn't even know it, right? So that's an example of that. But if I'm attracting myself to it consciously, the adversary consciousness is going to test me, right? So that is that, bro. And when you don't listen to the adversary, well, no, when you don't listen to your intuitions most of the time, that's when you fail the adversary test. Because the adversary is always a test. If you always go through something that is giving you any trauma, fear, doubt, confusion, or it's just suddenly happening once you gain an idea or once you're building your ideas, bro, it's because the adversary consciousness is testing you, right? So, yeah, the ways to get through it, like I say, you gotta stand on business, bro. You gotta also protect your energy. You gotta realize what can protect your energy, whether if it's an external God or an internal God. But just know that external God is always going to be internal. You're always going to be that guy. You just won't notice it. Yeah, another thing is, like I said, you got to cut off the people that's demonically influenced. And if them people are not at the same level of vibration as you or higher, don't mess with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, you can't mess with people with egos, especially. Or people that just really don't care about you and your vibration. I think I talked about everything about that. Yeah, bro. Make sure y'all... Hold on, man. Because I don't know if that's it. I don't know if that's it. Yeah, bro. Basically, if you really want to test, you just got to stand on business. That's all. You just got to stand on business, bro. Because it's real easy to pass the adversary test that comes into life. You just got to stand on business, bro. And it's crazy because these tests will also maybe even cause events that feel like it's life or death. And then they'll send people that gives you these tests, but then the same people feel like you had did something wrong. But then even then, when they feel like that, they not going to take it personal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, that is that. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, man. I think I talked about everything about the adversary consciousness. Hopefully I did. Make sure y'all go check out my latest video of demonic targeting, because that kind of follows up of, you know, the adversary consciousness and also how it connects with demons and stuff more. So if you want to hear about the demon part of how adversary consciousness connects with it, make sure y'all go check that out. But make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, man. Hopefully I talked about everything, but just know the adversary is always watching, and it is always here to test you. But it's not in a way to break you. It's only to really see if you truly want the vibrations that you want. So, yeah, that is that.